part of today's edition. And on this segment, we'll be revisiting the NATASHA saga and looking at the intrigues and the unending drama. Just before we got into the studio, breaking news had it that the recall had collapsed. Yes,
according to INEC.
According to the body, the regulatory body. Now, so that talks about all the kinds of ups, downs, and all kinds of things that have happened ever since the crisis broke. Let me start with this. By the way, my guest, Atiku Abubakar Isa, is the current president of the Nigerian National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS. So he probably is representing the students in whatever he says. Is it an official thing or a personal thing? Okay. And so he's a student rep and also a politician. Now, let me start this way. Was this crisis, was it avoidable?
It was very, very avoidable, and I am very privileged to certain information on the side of the Senate President, Senator Akpabio, and on the side of Senator NATASHA.
Yeah, if it was avoidable, what do you think has been done that has precipitated this, that should not have been done?
It was the attitude of the Senate President.
You think so?
It's not that I think. I can give reasons. I am privileged to certain information.
All right.
Elders of different political parties reached out, and I am even aware of a former governor, a former minister, who is not a member of APC, who called the national chairman of APC and told him that, please meet with Mr. President and ask Mr. President to wade in and call them together, that this is affecting the image of the country. That is no longer about APC, but it's about Nigeria. He pleaded with the national chairman. This is a classical information that ordinarily should not be revealed. The national chairman reached out to Akpabio. Akpabio refused to see him. I'm telling you this, the national chairman of APC. It is not the national chairman that told me.
That is when the matter had started. Right.
The former governor called the national chairman of APC that it is not an APC issue at the moment, that the image of Nigeria
is at stake.
Is at stake, and that all Nigerians are interested in this, for this to be resolved amicably. That this is not that the president should call both Akpabio and NATASHA, sit with them, iron out every issues, and let only the president speak, that the issues have been resolved, and that NATASHA should no longer make any statement, and Akpabio should maintain status quo, her seat be given to her, and let the crisis stop. Then, the national chairman of APC took it upon himself, reached out to NATASHA and the husband. Then they reached an amicable resolution. He reached out to Akpabio, tried to say Akpabio blocked him.
All right, now, because you see, it will depend on at what point this intervention came. If it comes at a time when the horse had already left the stable, it's going to be difficult to amend some of these things. What do I mean by that? Let me put it this way. Do you think that Senator NATASHA could have done anything differently to stave off the crisis that we're in?
No.
Especially at the beginning.
At the beginning, it was also the fault of the Senate President. He should have, when it started in the Senate, he should have just go into an executive session, iron it out. You don't allow the drama to continue like that. That should have been ironed out immediately. But you see, it is a personal ego that is driving the Senate President. And because I have privileged information, I am close to the both of them, not directly, but those that, the people that work with them very closely. So with that, I get all of this information. The Senate president, in his own thinking, is that he has been able to amass so much wealth and that he could buy the conscience of anybody. That thinking is what is destroying him now. I know Akpabio very well. I know Akpabio. Before he became Senate president, I was on air at different media houses, including KAFTANTV, to tell the senators that Akpabio remains that will be the worst person, the worst Senate president Nigeria will ever produce. And today, that is what is playing out. I told them that anybody can be Senate president, but Akpabio does not have the capacity, is not fit, is not morally fit to become Senate president. In short, it is because of the Nigerian factor. Akpabio should not be seen anywhere where responsible men are. See how he has destroyed the country's image now. See how he has ridiculed the entire. It's the same thing he did in Akwa Ibom. It's the same thing he's doing in the country now. But I don't blame him. I blame the president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu. He should have done away with him to save Nigeria of this embarrassment, to save the good people of Nigeria. Nigerians are very responsible people. The image Akpabio is portraying to the world, that is not who we are. We respect women. We are not corrupt the way Akpabio is making the world to look at us. Everything about Akpabio is fraud. Even his election, everything has been fraudulent. From the beginning, before he became governor, senator, you will remember, he contested the primaries of presidential primaries. And how did he get the ticket of to become a senator? Anything fraud, Akpabio is number one.
Well, let's look at this. The particular case that you cited now. Even if he is fraudulently disposed, don't you also agree that he couldn't have achieved some of these things without the connivance of the system? For example, the one you just talked about, he did not originally go for the senatorial primaries. But he couldn't have foisted himself on the system just single-handedly. So who should we blame? Is it the system or the senator?
You see, well, we have few persons in INEC, but the majority
because he's not alone in that case. I hope you remember.
Yes,
I hope you remember that also the former Senate president.
It is the body that I want to. Yes. INEC officials are just bribe collectors.
No,
I'm responsible for my statement. I am an adult.
Oh, good.
And if anything I say, I should be prosecuted. At my age, I can go to prison.
All right.
Yes, it's not a child that is speaking before you say no. Why do you allow a child to speak who we cannot send to prison?
All right.
Okay. So, INEC officials are bribe collectors, but you have very few, and the number is very insignificant. So with that, the likes of Akpabio will always have their ways. He has so much ill-gotten wealth that only very few Nigerians he will not be able to buy. And these are people who have conscience, who will stand for what is right. These bribe collectors will always, let me tell you the truth. I told somebody that the reason I'm not governor of Kogi State today is because I don't want to do certain things. But it's very easy to become governor, especially in Nigeria. All you need, you meet these bribe collectors. With just 3 billion naira on the ground, you give to the bribe collectors, which is INEC. And then, you don't even need to campaign. If you want to win election.
I'm not too comfortable with that disparaging.
No. We need to, if we don't say these things, these people will not correct this. Okay, look at Ododo. No, he is the governor of Kogi State today. He never won election. The bribe collectors, let me tell you, even the call of NATASHA that has collapsed is because the bribe collectors see that NATASHA, just like some people say on social media, they say NATASHA is a man. They see that NATASHA is very strong, backed by an influential title holder, which is her husband. With that, she's able to do all of these things because she's been supported by her husband, who is a respected businessman from Delta State.
From the South, yeah.
So with that, that's why she's able to do it. See, these people will always collect bribe. They were guiding this. See, let me tell you, we need to say this very clearly so that Nigerians will understand. There was never a time the people of Kogi Central even thought of recalling Senator NATASHA. Yeah. This is done by just 3 people.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Only 3 people.
All right.
Former Governor Yahya Bello, Akpabio, the Senate President, and Governor Usman Ododo. In the case of Usman Ododo,
do you have your facts?
That's what I'm telling you now. We have video evidence where they put some persons in the room, and they are signing for 250,000 people.
I think we saw.
Yeah.
We
So
saw that.
you see, it is Yahya Bello is from Kogi Central. So Akpabio met with him, and according to the information we gathered, which I challenged them, these people are by far more wealthy, more connected than me. So they can do anything. Why am I coming out to say it? Because it is the truth. Money exchanged hands, and then money was given to Yabelo to execute. He now called his errand boy, who is the governor of Kogi State. That one is the least qualified person. That one is not only, that is not a governor.
Whatever it is.
No,
Wait. Whatever it is, once people attain certain offices, even if we don't respect them personally, I think that we must accord them some level of respect because of their office.
Yes, to the office.
Yeah. So but let that be our guiding principle.
Okay, yes. I take that, and we respect the office of the governor of Kogi State. Okay. But sometimes the example I give is this. If a thief is caught, even if he's a king, or a respected elder, you still have to call the respected elder who is a thief.
Incidentally, you cannot catch a governor who is still in office right now because he has immunity.
So the Constitution also gives us the liberty to call him a thief if he has stolen. But what he cannot be prosecuted. But the Constitution does not deny us from saying that he's a thief. If a governor of Kogi State who is an errand boy, let me tell you this. No. I'm very happy you have brought us to this stage now. The governor of Kogi State is not staying in the house where he's supposed to stay as a governor. Yahya Bello, who is the former governor, remains in that house where it's expected that
where the current governor is supposed to stay.
He has not moved anything out of government house. The place he was occupying as governor is the same place he's occupying now. If they say let them come out, then we take them to that place. The same place he's occupying. He has not moved anything. This one is just there. Go, he goes. Stop, he stops. Let me tell you.
All right.
There's something very important again that we need to know.
All right.
Ahmed Usman Ododo is a man with a very good heart. We know that. But because he has accepted to be governor of Kogi State, because he accepted to be imposed on the people of Kogi State, and then he sees himself that yes, I owe everything to only Yahya and not the people of Kogi State. So now he has agreed to do anything Yahya wants. If not, we know him. Before he became governor, he called me. And he sought for my
I think that we have a problem of not knowing actually what we want in this country. We have a case in Rivers where, for example, between godfather and godson, there's crisis. And you find people, including very highly respected persons, who say that the godson was impudent, was hasty in trying to break free from the subservience to the godfather. Several persons have adduced that line of argument. Now here we are again with somebody who you have said is totally subservient to the godfather, and we have issues with it. What should we actually stand by?
You see,
because it would be like, would it have been better? Is it better? Just straight away, do you think that the godfather-godson thing is good for Nigerian politics? Very briefly, because we don't have so much time.
It's very bad for Nigerian politics.
It's very bad for Nigerian politics, which is why you are against what is happening, what you perceive to be happening in Kogi State.
Yes.
So what's your take on, just a slight detour, what's your take on the Rivers case?
Rivers case is the same scenario that is playing out
exactly.
in Kogi State. The godfathers are always demanding for huge sum of amount of money. It's the same thing in Rivers, it's the same thing in Kogi. The only difference is that in the case of Kogi, he is managing his godfather very well. In short, a member of House of Assembly told me personally that the governor of Kogi State went to meet with the former governor and pleaded with him that I can do anything, and even the money we agreed I will be paying, but I want to pay full salary. So the member of Assembly also told me that sometimes he goes even from his security vote, he takes money out of it to pay salary. We're talking about just payment of salary because the amount of money Yahabelo has demanded from him every month is so much that he won't be able to do any project. And that's why there's no project.
Well, I do want to believe that you have all the facts to substantiate all that. But let's move ahead a little bit. Now, we just heard that the recall hit the rocks. Now, what exactly do you think? Let's explain that.
I just told you here now that there was never a time the people of Kogi Central conceived the idea to recall
of recalling
NATASHA.
So it was
the recall
ab
of
initio,
NATASHA.
there was no
there was
such
nothing like that. It was just the idea of 3 persons, or let me say 2 persons, Akpabio and Yahabelo. And then Yahabelo now co-opted the governor into it because he knows as the governor he's the most powerful person in the state. If he doesn't buy the idea, that was why the governor said denied NATASHA entry into her village. That stopped convoying. I was in Kogi State. I wanted to go there. But because they don't allow vehicles to meet her in her village, that was the opportunity I wanted to use to meet with her and see her face to face. So I was around Ajakuta, and you see, they used, apart from policemen, they stationed their thugs all over the area to molest people. So I don't have the capacity to fight their thugs because their thugs are carrying guns also. It's not physical fight. So
I say, let me quickly cut you because we don't have all the time. We're almost running out. Because I see that you are very much in love with Senator NATASHA from the line of your no.
All of us from Kogi State. We're not even from the same senatorial zone.
I know you are from the east.
Yes, she's from the central.
Yes,
but that's the person representing the entire state.
But let me ask you. The entire state.
The entire state.
After all, on social media now, there's this movement called I Am NATASHA.
Yes.
In fact, one of my friends posted on Facebook this morning that the only man remaining in PDP is NATASHA. But it's not me. I'm quoting somebody. Now, let me ask you, was that a rally or not?
It was not a rally. Some persons, even when we wanted to go there, they said the way we would be able to go there was for us to trek for about 2 hours to go there. That was how people were able to gather there, to show you the kind of love they have for that woman.
So what
you trek for about 2 hours to go there because they blocked everywhere. Police on one side doing their legitimate work, then thugs carrying out the illegal work of beating and humiliating people. Once they know that you are going to see NATASHA. So I saw that there was no need for me to receive beating because I love NATASHA. No, I have to remain and be able to and continue to defend her, maybe in the media, because if I had gone there now, I wouldn't be able to come here to say all of these things.
One of the twists from her presentation at that rally that day, or that homecoming, if you like, was the fact that she no longer talked at all about sexual harassment or whatever. She talked about the fact that there were plans to eliminate her. Do you also agree to that?
It's not that I agree to that. I know. I didn't know that she was coming to say it on air. I know. Because, you see...
Okay. Let me just take this because it might just help you.
Imagine it's beautiful Nigeria with KAFTANTV.
Eso Dudu, good afternoon. We have very little time. Just go straight.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Dayo. Good afternoon to you, Atiku, Abubakar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I will meet with you one day in KAFTANTV.
Yeah, okay. Your 1 minute is almost gone.
The way he is managing the 10th Senate, to be precise, is seriously damaging Nigeria's reputation internationally. He should be very careful. And I appreciate Senator NATASHA. She is truly an Amazon. She should keep it up. We are standing by her. We are standing with her. May God continue to bless her. Thank God the recall process, the recall process that compromised Akpabio 10 Senate want to actually sponsor against her has failed. They should learn a lesson. And I am very happy. They would have actually demonstrated when NATASHA went home to actually identify with her constituents. It's a clear demonstration and warning to them that they should be very careful. Comes 2027, if Nigerians are determined for change, to remove anybody from any elective post, We can do it, and we are ready for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Esodudu. Thank you. And it's every time.
Now, we might not be able to continue the calls because of the
okay,
time.
Okay, because of the time.
Yes.
You'd rather just... Okay, now, talking about affecting the nation's image negatively, what about the fact that Senator Natasha had to go to the IPU to talk about this? How does that help Nigeria's image?
It was necessary for her to save her life.
To save her life?
To save her life. You see, these people, when
were they going to provide her security?
No. These people are always afraid of the international community, because, you know, when they loot the money from this country, they take it outside. They have their investments there. Some have dual citizenship. So because of that, and that's why you see all of these things they do in this country. Once they destroy this country, they know they have another country where they can go to. So having done that now, it now made them to be very scared of their next line of action, because since she has already exposed them, taking her life now will become a matter that will be discussed at the international level. So that was very, very necessary for her.
Taking her life?
Yes. These people, you know the way they kill people in Kogi State. Yahya Bello, I was not on this platform, on another private media. I called him a murderer, and I said on live that I will provide evidence. They stopped me. I can still provide it. This man, this is his stock in trade. And that is why even the National Assembly members, for you to go to National Assembly from Kogi State, since Yahya Bello became a governor, you are either a political thug or you are somebody that must have murdered people. In that case, let me provide a specific example. Before coming here, I sent a message to him. The member representing Ida Federal Constituency, Honorable Zakaria David, has not spoken for the past 5 years because he was the leader of one of the thug, the most dreaded thugs in Kogi State. For that reason, he was rewarded with a ticket for House of Representatives. This is his second term. For you, even as a member of House of Representatives, you will see him beating people on the street. Beating. Because these people feel that they see themselves as gods. That nobody, because if you dare say anything, in short, I was at Ida. Somebody told me that
we really don't have the time, but so that we can locate it around Natasha a lot more.
Yes.
Now with this development of the botched recall, do you think there's any respite in sight for her concerning suspension from the Senate?
Yes, they are already jittery because that was why they wanted to stop her from going home. It is that the outcome of that outcome of her homecoming that has made INEC to make this pronouncement. It is not that INEC is doing what is right. They just know that...
Can't we at least give some credit?
You can't give credit to people who are bribe collectors and have collected money they cannot deliver. Since they cannot, it is just that they cannot deliver. They have tried everything. They were the ones guiding Yahya Bello and Kpabio on how to make it look, give it the necessary constitutional requirements for her to be recalled. And they saw that at the end of the day, this woman is so powerful. As a matter of fact, I want to plead with Mr. President to award her with the second highest national honor, because she deserves the GCO and more than most of the people that have been awarded in Nigeria.
Wow. I'm afraid we just need to go.
Unfortunately,
the time is not enough. I'm sure I'm going to have to call you very, very shortly again so that we can have some more time. This is the size of this program today, and I must say thank you. Atiku Abubakar it's not a vice president, it's not the former vice president, as you can see. Thank you very much for coming. And I must say thank you to the technical crew, the production team. Wonderful guys. Big up to all of you. And I really appreciate every one of you viewers from around the world who have stuck onto KAFTAN TV. Please stay tuned to